Hello, YouTube. I'm back relatively quickly after my first and most recent live video. Okay, I don't care. So, we're going to do Corvette Co-op, the two Corvette Transformers of the live-action movie franchise that I have inexplicably bought four of, and I'm only reviewing two. I did get the Sidearms Sideswipe repaint from Dark of the Moon, and I got the Age of Extinction, I think it's Hotshot repaint of him. But this is the Last Night figure of Crosshairs, and we got Sideswipe, as I said before. Who, let's start with him, since we can address the elephant in the room of his inability to stand on his tire feet. This was my first movie deluxe figure. I didn't get any from the first movie. The only ones I got from that movie were Leader Prime and Brawl, whom I love, despite Prime being terrible and me having Jetwing, Optimus Prime from Japan. So this really was one of the figures that got me sold on the movie line, and which I don't think is a popular opinion. I feel like most people did not care for this figure. It's one of the original shell formers of the movie lines, and these feet, starting with that unique perspective of robots in Revenge of the Fallen, where something had to be wrong with their arms or something had to be wrong with their legs. So he got the legs. But I don't know, something about this all silver, sword-wielding, wheelie feet death machine really sold me. I did buy it post-movie, Sideswipe, despite only having one line and really one saying, and honestly, in hindsight, really just like straight up being a murderer. But yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why the fandom got all up about him, because him and Prime were kind of dicks in the movies. But I'm not here to review their character. I did do a little bit of painting on him. I added some silver, which is totally not what this guy needed. But yeah, with the whole boring gray plastic thing, Sideswipe, and I guess Jazz having silver on them, they really didn't have a chance, did they? So, but I do prefer this over the Sideswipe repaint, the one with the guns, sidearm Sideswipe. So, I did ultimately prefer the earlier versions of the movie designs. I wasn't a G1er. I'm not a G1er. I'm up for something new and different. And Michael Bay's got his problems when it comes to directing, and I don't know what his hand was in writing those films, but I do like these a lot. I like the modern take on them. And I was a Beast Wars fan. I was a Beast Wars fan growing up. I had Beast Wars figures, and the alien designs of the first three films did not bother me. I actually started, as much as I like Sentinel Prime, I was a little not upset, but I felt like it was moving away what I liked about the early movies, that they were all just these crazy alien, inhuman, or like something we'd never seen before designs. So, but yes, Sideswipe. As far as Crosshairs, I cannot believe I bought this figure with how much I hated Hotspot. Anyway, this ugly thing. Ugh. Yeah. So, but I don't know. I saw that I got it for like half price or something. I saw it in the store and I was like, ah, and it just looks so good. But I don't like Crosshairs at all. I don't like his character. The whole coat design, like, it's cool. I just feel like it'd be cooler in a different of the franchise. So, but I do dig this figure. We got hard plastic here on this, as opposed to the AOE version, which this portion was rubber. He comes with two of the automatic-looking weapons rather than one bigger one and two tiny ones, which those tiny ones are garbage. Like, I can't believe I managed to hold on to them. But he does look really good. That's the frustrating part. Like, as much as I hated he was everything I didn't like about the new Autobot crew. And there were things I really did like. Like, yeah, Drift was a little bit on the nose with the whole Japanese design, but I liked the clean-cut designs of AOE and The Last Night. As much as I didn't like the films, it was nice to And I know I'm totally going against what I just said about the original 3 ones, but it's like it's 2 different franchises, it feels like. And this guy embodies probably what was good, design-wise of the last 2 films. So, yeah, no, I actually am pretty happy I got him. And I'm surprised about that. But that's not why I bought him. These 2 are kind of gorgeous in their vehicle modes, but they are horrible shell formers. Shell formers. I usually would have text on the screen to specify that I'm not saying shelf warmer. And those of you who don't know, shell former is a transformer whose alternative mode, be it beast vehicle or otherwise, encompasses their robot mode. And so when they transform into robot, they end up with a shell of their vehicle mode, usually tucked around the back, depending on the design philosophy of whoever made it or whatever line it was a part of. In the case of Beast Wars Neo, just stick it. Was it Neo or 2? I can do that pretty fast. That feels good. I can do that fast. I can go at it with like no reservations, and I'm not afraid of this thing breaking. Although it has broken, but it's not really important. It's one of these rubber pistons, this high up one. I don't know if you can see it, but it's rubber. And not much of those early lines had rubber. Like I know AOE had a ton of it, like Crosshairs coat. So, but yeah, holy crap. So we're going to get him in his vehicle mode as well. I'm doing exactly what I don't like. I hate it when reviewers try a little different. I'm doing a live video. So I don't feel as comfortable going at this with gusto on this figure because they just, like, the quality has definitely improved since Age of Extinction. I don't feel like quality was that much of an issue in Dark of the Moon. Size was. But we got to AOE, and it was just, it felt like garbage. They felt so cheap. And that was like, I think it was like a year or 2 later, they started, the knockoff companies started knocking off like the Dinobots, and they made them bigger with metal, with chrome on some of them. And like even like where they needed rubber, sturdier rubber, and just for like just a few dollars more. And I know that like they could cut a lot of costs with like not having to worry about copyrights and stuff like that, or whatever cheapo copyrights they did get. But it was so disappointing because that was like that movie time, that era is where the knockoffs started being a better quality than the originals. And that's, that's messed up. That's a twisted reality we started living in back then. But this actually feels a lot better than this. Okay, this one actually feels pretty sturdy. But a lot of the toys from that era, I was just worried about, the Dinobots especially. And my Strafe, he's already lost his tail. But as far as these two go, we're dealing with some quality plastic and design on these. I can't decide which one of these I like more. This is why you buy Crosshairs, because it's just vain and over the top as this is. You got to acknowledge that there's a 5-year-old inside of you just freaking out at how cool this is. My God. But yeah, the Corvette Stingray, which from what I understand was not actually ever put into production, so no one theoretically owns real. Great advertising there. Yeah, advertise this car we will never release. Is this a Stingray? I don't know. I don't care. Sideswipe, this has been my #1 deluxe figure since Revenge of the Fallen. I haven't brought myself to sell it. I do worry about the silver, but it's held up really well. There's like one scratch back here and like a couple of minor ones, but man, it looks good. Yeah, I love these figures. It's for something for the more modern figure, since it is out right now. I do recommend it. I don't like Crosshairs. I don't like his character. I'm a little bugged about the overcoat thing, but man, in cold hard plastic, it looks good. And he's going with the movie bots. Like, he's going on the shelf. I've cut back a lot. I've cut out a lot of figures, sold a lot, and given a lot away. But this definitely is going to stand on the shelf with my movie bots. So I do recommend him, especially if you get him at the discounted price he's going for right now. He looks so good. It's hard to hate him because, like, I was actually kind of hoping that he'd be like the traitor in the second film back when I saw AOE. I thought he was going to be like a usurper, not like a Dinobot one or even a Sentinel Prime one. I just thought he was going to be some dick that tried to take over. That would have been more interesting than anything that happened in the last night. So, and you know, he was definitely there. Yeah. At the very least, I do have the ability to. Oh, no. I don't know where my Cogman is, but I do have the ability to recreate that scene where Cogman breaks his fingers. So I'm going to wrap this up. I don't know how these reviews are going to go from now on. I'm trying some stuff out, so I apologize if I'm getting long-winded. I'm trying to get back in the game and starting to put stuff out, content out, hopefully weekly. But leave a comment, like, subscribe if you want. You know what? Don't have to do that. I don't want to be the kind of person that says that. I hate that kind of stuff. It's so needy. But give me some comments on how I could improve this live reviews that I'm posting. And we will see you next time.